Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. I want to thank you guys so very much for following, subscribing to my channel, sharing my videos. I appreciate it. If you guys are interested in anything of what my offers or anything that I'm capable of doing, just look at the description box below. You have my personal email there and my contact information, so you can contact me. Sorry. Um, and yes, I can make this intro very short. So, anyways, for those of you guys who have reached out for me for private consultations, for different workings, for spells, etc., thank you guys very much. I am very, very grateful, and I am very humbled to be able to help you and guide you through the situations that each and every one of you is going through. So, let's get into this reading. I do want to mention that. Um, I did meditate. Actually, it's taken me about 2 days to do this readings for every single zodiac sign. I've been in very heavy in meditation, so I have been receiving messages. So, anyways, let's get into this. This is going to be for the sun, moon, or rising of Aries. Aries, in meditation, it was very important to let you know that it's time for you to speak up. Don't be shy or don't shy away from confrontations when you know you're in your right. Um, in the sense of if you feel that you need to speak up. I know Aries, my Aries are not shy from that. But for some reason, I feel that there was some type of pull, some type of uh, hesitation when it came to speaking up. So it is very important for the month of June for you guys to speak up and don't shy away from confrontations. Again, like I said, when you feel that you are in your rights, it's very important. Also, if you are feeling or wanting to express your emotions when it comes to love and romance, again, speaking out loud, speaking upfront, and basically speaking up is basically the theme for June. Uh, a lot of the times Aries are, kind of not very easy to open up when it comes to the emotions. So definitely for the month of June, it's very important for you guys to speak up again, like I said, specifically when it comes to romance. Um, you know, there is there is no really what's the word I'm looking for? Sometimes it is necessary for us to be vulnerable. Sometimes it's necessary for us to speak of what we feel for a certain person because you might be at that crossroad where that person is waiting on you to speak up. And due to your lack of confidence in believing in yourself or doubting where you stand with this person, you might decide to shy away from it. Again, like I said, feel like, well, I'm not going to speak up unless they speak up, and I feel like you might miss out on an opportunity when it comes to romance. So definitely speak up. If you're interested in someone, don't be shy about it. Again, Aries are usually not shy, but for some reason, I got that message that is very important for you guys to speak up. Okay, don't fear rejection more than anything, whether it's finances, whether it's business front, whether it's romance, or the people that you're dealing with or dating. Don't fear rejection. If you don't take that opportunity, or if you don't dare, so to speak, you might be missing out on something great. Okay, so let's get into this reading, and this is going to be for the sun, moon, or rising of Aries. I do definitely sense that for June, romance is going to be very important for you guys. I definitely did sense that when I was doing meditation for you guys, and the Lovers card is definitely sticking out for me. So, again, I feel like you might be at crossroads where, for those of you who have been single for a while, it's time for you guys to, again, move away from that fear of being rejected and take the chance, take the plunge, jump into whatever, whoever it is that you're interested in, and don't shy away from speaking your emotions. I feel like June is going to be very important for you guys because, again, if you guys decide not to, uh, you know, if you guys decide not to basically challenge yourselves or open yourselves up, speaking about your feelings or whatnot, I definitely feel like you guys might miss out um, on an opportunity or on a specific person. Okay, so definitely speak your minds. Again, it's very odd because I know Aryan people are usually not that way. You guys are usually very blunt, but not sure if it has something to do with confidence that you guys are currently uh, going through, where perhaps that feeling of rejection, etc. So definitely, like I said, listen to higher spirit and don't shy away from speaking your mind, speaking your feelings, or standing your ground. Okay. Okay. So I will be pulling 5 cards, and each single card has to do with all 5 elements, and the general energy is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is working uh, when it comes to your communication, when it comes to, work and finances. The Three of Wands is definitely talking about growth. Threes are always about growth and teamwork. So perhaps the general energy, again, I feel that for some of you guys, it's going to be very important. Again, like I said, speaking your mind, don't bite your tongue. And what I mean by that is, I feel that June is going to be very important for you guys in the sense where you guys, even if you're not aware of it, you guys are definitely at crossroads right now where it's your growth or being stuck. And I feel that for the month of June, it's going to be very important when it comes to finances, when it comes to love, when it comes to romance. You guys definitely have to speak up. And the reason for that is, again, if you have a great idea when it comes to work, where you're working at the business you're working for, or if you own your own business, if you're definitely looking to um, find a niche or something that you're really good at, or if you have an idea that you feel can benefit the company when it comes to like saving them money, saving them time, whatever it may be, it's necessary for you to speak up. And that's going to bring you to your next level. That's going to push you up the ranks. So definitely, I hope you take this under consideration and really think about it. Now, again, like I said, we're working with all elements. So the first card has to do with your work and finances. Second is communication with the element of air. Third has to do with your challenge, the challenge for the month. Uh, Love and romance has to do with the element of water, and finally, spirit or higher spirits message. Okay, so again, it correlates very, very strong with the message that I got through meditation. And I mean, it's crazy how the cards are speaking exactly of what I just said. So your higher spirit, the message that's coming through is the Page of Swords, and the Page of Swords is communicating, but it has to do with, spirit is, giving you the advice for the month of June. It's going to be very important for you to, again, like I said, be very bold when it comes to your communication with other people. Kind of don't worry about how they may take it. Don't, usually when it comes to swords, you know, uh, the Suit of Swords usually talks about forceful energy. So whether it's the page or whether it's the knight, it's definitely a forceful energy. But if spirit is telling you this, again, there's something going on with you, Aries, where perhaps you're being shy, or perhaps you're being coy, or it can also represent the fact that you're lacking confidence in yourself and your capabilities. So again, it's necessary for you to speak up, and be very to the point when communicating, whether it's through texting, whether it's through telephone conversations, email, whatever. Be short and to the point, and that's definitely going to assist you for the month of June. Now, when it comes to your finances, work related, you have the Nine of Wands, and the Nine of Wands is talking about, again, being in a point where you've kind of, been challenged, whether it's, the starting of a, the starting uh, journey of working in a new company, and kind of like people, basically giving you what they don't want to do in order for you to do, I guess, kind of like to prove yourself. But definitely don't focus so much on what you don't like about the job or what you don't like doing. Focus more on long term. Set your mind up for goals, to achieve goals and what you're trying to do. Take it with a grain of salt, whether it's, again, like I said, doing something that probably you're hating at this point. Um, and again, I feel like it has something to do with them being challenging you, and you're definitely a warrior, so you should not worry about anything that has to do with, will I be able to climb the ladder, will I be able to get a higher ranking position, will I be getting, that new incentive, when it comes to raises, etc. Just, kind of go with the flow and deal with it at the present time, because I definitely feel that the reason for this, the reason why this is happening, is, again, because they're trying to challenge you. They're trying to see what you're really made of. And Aries, you guys are very, very strong headed when it comes to achieving goals. So I definitely see you guys going into the month of June, very determined. Again, like I said, try to focus not on what you don't like about the job, but focus more on what you're trying to accomplish, and try the best you can to work towards that, and you will definitely accomplish it. Now, for those of you who are currently not working or unemployed at the present time, again, with the Nine of Wands, this is talking about being challenged. Perhaps you guys just haven't had a strike of luck recently, in the past 2 weeks. This could go as far as like a month ago, where you feel like you've been challenged, you've been applying, and you just have not been getting any callbacks or anything like that. The Nine of Wands is definitely telling you, you've been through difficult situations, perhaps worse than what you're going through right now. Take on the warrior face that you usually are very passionate about taking on, because you are a fire element, and tap into that and be determined when you go and reach out or when you apply. Take the aggressive approach, in the sense, if they're not calling you back, take the initiative to call them, to ask them, hey, I was just calling back to get an input on the interview I did, or on the application I did, or whatever it may be. You will definitely be taken on more seriously, and they're definitely going to respect the fact that you're taking it upon yourself to reach out. Okay. Now, when it comes to your communication in your communication sector, the element of air, you have the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords talks about being secluded. It talks about feeling stuck. So perhaps your communication hasn't been that very good. And again, going back to the Page of Swords, I feel like there's something going on with you guys. There's some type of blockage where you're unable to communicate, or perhaps you're unable to clarify what it is that what you're trying to get to the point. uh, a lot of running around, a lot of going in circles. Again, this has to do with communication, so it has to do with people that communicate with you, and you communicating with other people. It's necessary for you to get to the point, with this Knight of Swords. Definitely take the approach of being, short and to the point. Don't waste any time. Stop going around the bush, or stop over analyzing how to express yourself, because you might offend people, or because they might not get you. Point being, speak up. Now, when it comes to your challenge for the month of June, you have the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups definitely talks to me about everything that has to do with intuition, but more than intuition, your emotions. And the reason for that is because the Queen of Cups is the motherly energy of all the queens. So again, there is something that in going on with you, Aries, as far as you're being challenged in the sense of not being able to communicate your emotions, not being able to open up and speak about your emotions. There's a blockage going on. So the challenge here is to go within yourself and to try to analyze what it is that you're fearing, because I feel that communication is something you're fearing, whether it's again, expressing to someone you care about that you're genuinely feeling or having feelings for them, and you're fearing rejection. Or again, you have fear that if you speak up when it comes to your work and finances, in the business front, you fear that they might judge you, they might think you're crazy, or that they may think it's a stupid idea, something that you're thinking about that may actually help the company. And in fact, it will be an asset to the company. So again, trust in yourself, listen to yourself, and speak up, for crying out loud. Um, you know, this is so crazy because that's exactly what the message was coming through in meditation. But moving on, when it comes to your love and romance, you have the Nine of Swords. So the Nine of Swords is talking about, having, uh, sleepless nights, over analyzing, overthinking. This is all mental. So it's not really like, if you are in a relationship, it's not so much about the issues that you're going through with your partner at the present time, but this is more so in your mind. I feel like, again, maybe you're feeling, uh, maybe you're feeling like you are trapped. You're unable to express your feelings, and the lack of, not being able to express your feelings clearly. Um, you're fearing rejection, you're feeling like your partner's slowly drifting away or slowly walking away from the relationship. And again, this is a mental type of energy. So again, I do encourage you to go within yourself and speak up. For those of you who are currently single, this is definitely talking about having sleepless nights, perhaps the thought of starting to date, perhaps the wanting to put your foot forward and, tapping into the waters of socialization when it comes to dating and going out. Perhaps is bringing anxiety to you. Perhaps you're not looking forward to that. Again, it is necessary for you to go within yourself and to try to analyze what it is. It's very easy for us to say, I want this and this and this type of relationship. But in reality, it's kind of like you do the opposite. You say you want this, but then you usually go for the opposite type of person. Like an example, if you're looking for fun, you tend to fall for someone that is looking for monogamy, monogamous relationship. And if you're looking for a monogamous relationship, you tend to uh, go or attach yourself to people that are unemotionally unavailable. So again, like I said, be realistic and go within yourself, try to analyze what blockages are there at your present time. And if in fact you're able to understand the blockages at the present time, then you'll be able to get a different perspective and see things a little bit more clearly. And try the best you can to not judge yourself. I feel that you're being very harsh on yourself. And again, that has to do with, it would speak on the reason why you're having issues communicating and expressing your feelings, perhaps in the past. When it comes to emotions, for those of you who have been single for a while, perhaps you've been rejected more than like, it's hard for you to connect with someone, and when you have connected with them, you kind of feel rejected by them. So it's like now it just brings you anxiety, it just brings you stress, just the thought of it. So again, like I said, try to go within yourself and find what's the reason for that blockage. Was it a past relationship, or was it in fact the fact that maybe, you tend to go for the, a person or a type that is not necessarily good for you, or that in fact is not anything to do with the type of personality that or person that you're looking for. I hope that makes sense. So again, thank you guys very much. If you guys have any other information or whatever, comment below, message me, you know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I wish you guys the very best. We will see from each other in July, if not mid-month actually, for the love readings. So look at the description box below and you'll find my information and contact information there. Bye bye.